hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed, Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple auditors where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologist.
What's up, guys?
Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear, by now, stake twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans.
There's so many scams, I have to change my username that don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere. Richard Hart, bracket, don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere, bracket. That's fucked up, right? But I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scams. And everyone else is like, oh, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. ICOs, pump and dumps, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken, you wanna see some massive gains? Lambo, new crib, model wife, cash and chains. Look no further at your final destination. Don't be complacent every day when you paper chasing. Choose the best, leave the rest. Stop investing like you press. The only crypto that you'll ever need is Hex. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. Your investments are safe, it's got defenses. A mutable contract that pays trustless interest. I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation. Shares are like hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed, Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple auditors where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologist.
What's up, guys?
Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear, by now, stake twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans.
Hey, what's going on, Maddie? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Going good, brother. How about you?
Good. Well, I've just almost got my fill of Richard Hart for the evening, but I think I still might watch a few more hours, of replays and stuff.
He said we got to do a 4-hour stream right now just to make the conference happen.
That's right. Yeah, 40-hour stream,
40 hours. I thought I heard 4 hours. All right. I was just about to go to bed.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, tonight's been great. I guess we've got the after show here right now. Of course, you and I, we've been planning to test things out here, get things ready for the conference, and but we got a chance to hear a lot of new content this evening from Richard.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Had a lot of fun in the chat. Your audio sounds good. It's working right.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it all worked out. I spared no expense.
Good man.
Uh,
Welcome, everybody. We got Chris is in
Yeah.
here, Master, Barely Crafty, Frequent Omad, Toshigi, over on DLive, Stella. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
great to see everybody. And just to let you know what's going on, DLive wasn't working for us the other day. So we decided that we'd go live now just to make sure that that system was operating like we thought it would. And why miss a chance to hang out and see how everybody's doing, make a few announcements about the upcoming conference. We're all still super pumped about it. And for those of you who are presenting at the conference, we wanted to let you know that even though this was an impromptu test, we'll be running tests every day. And even on the days when the conference is occurring, we will be testing basically on a side stream that won't be public. And that way everybody will be able to be on deck as if it were real and work out all of their audio visual troubleshooting and make sure that we give everybody in the HEX community the best conference possible.
Sounds good, Maddie. So we're gonna do a backstage preparation type show. It's not gonna be recorded, but then would we be able to do anything with that video later?
Well, it's funny you mention it because a guy I know named Joe Hexotic had come up with the great idea of doing some sort of like behind the scenes, like to be released in the future, maybe some sort of billionaires documentary, in the future. So
I like it. Cool. Smart guy.
yeah, I think psychologically speaking, it will get everybody to be ready to go in their 15 minutes before if they know that the cameras are rolling on the side stream.
Yeah, cool. And I know sometimes I get a little nervous, so if I'm a little rusty, haven't been on for a while, maybe especially when I was just starting out, it'd be nice to get on with a couple people and just kind of hang out and chat for a minute before we actually go live for the big show.
You and I have been lucky. We've been going live pretty regularly.
Oh yeah, getting it. It's been fun.
I wanted to compliment you on all the streams you've been doing lately. They've been really cool. I caught the Joker stream that you did, and that was well. All right, I caught all of the streams you've done, but like that's the one I wanted to talk about because I know that he hasn't been able to be on all of the different platforms that.
Yeah, he's kicked off of DLive now, so he might not be back for a while. And when the conference happens, he's not going to be able to make it to the conference to share that fun with us. So we're trying to figure out an idea and how to still incorporate the Joker. He's a huge part of our community. So what are we going to be doing, Maddie? Is it a surprise?
Sounds like it.
All right. I like that. Yeah, so Joker came in tonight while I was on with Bitfinesse. So Bitfinesse killed it.
That's right. That was a really good stream.
He's honing his skills. He's relaxed a little bit, getting more comfortable. He had his audio a little bit better and less cracking, so it was good.
Well, you gave him good feedback, and I like how you tried to pressure him into starting his own channel.
Yeah,
You know,
I thought
think,
it. Go ahead.
yeah, I think like, both he and Kareem, are like the most wanted when it comes to having their own regular shows. So maybe at some point we'll be able to talk them into doing a show together like you and I do.
That would be awesome. That would be great. I know everybody would watch that.
Yeah. So I wanted to premiere like a little graphic that I made, and
Cool.
totally inappropriate and not my style, but so you can see that that's my old graphic. It's an all-in coin. The ICO coming in 2024,
Nice.
just in time for Bitfinesse to be elected vice
President?
president.
Oh, vice president. All right, he's starting out
Well,
slow.
yeah, like most people, they get elected vice president and then they work their way up from there.
Yeah.
But so this is a pulsing version of the logo.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, people in HEX know what that means.
I'm glad you didn't change it, Maddie, because I really love it.
Emphasizing, the beating nature of things or something.
Oh, the pulsing.
Yes,
I gotcha.
yeah. So actually what happened is, since you and I have been doing so well on our show, of course we got like upgraded across the different channels to like the next level, right? Like,
Awesome.
and then they let you have custom stickers. And so I was actually hoping, if there's anybody out there watching, there might be like 15 or like 1,000 people. It seems like we never know until later how many people are watching, like our first stream we did. But if anybody out there in DLive could, if anybody could subscribe and see if there are any stickers there or badges or any sort of like thing.
Just follow, Maddie, right? Or do you need just subscribe?
I'm
or
not
just
sure.
Follow?
Well,
I think it's just follow. Try following first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BG Hex is here just when I think it's safe to go to sleep. LOL. Yeah. So if you're here, if you could take the drop down menu where the smiley faces and see if you have. Actually, I can do it, Maddie.
Sure.
But let's see if anybody else is here as well. Oh, you got to subscribe. Yeah, you got to subscribe. I got to get those lemons going.
That's right.
Let's see here.
So in the meantime, I
So
feel like I should be doing something. I'll read the comments. Here we go. Oh, hey, somebody says, appreciate all the work and streams you guys do to help grow the HEX community. Well, we really enjoyed it as well. And we got Barely Crafty here in the house. He's excited to be able to do a test stream and be in the conference. Awesome. Barely Crafty has like really good special effects. I mean, they're like off the charts.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I got to check that out. I didn't know that.
Oh, hey, it looks like somebody did.
I'm gifting out subscriptions, Maddie.
Oh, you're nice.
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
I hope I didn't do the same person twice. It's hard for me to see. No, I didn't. So BG Hex and To Go Shiggy. And then we'll get you Stella Beth over here as well.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool. I mean, I didn't mean to make it like a Halloween theme of like, it's really like it's the Bitcoin orange, right? So I don't know if you actually know this, Joe, but did you know that HEX is actually a fork of Bitcoin.
I didn't know that. Are you playing with me right now, Maddie? Because I don't feel like that's correct.
So there's a very specific type of, there are multiple types of forks, right? So the one that we're most familiar with would be a hard fork, right?
Okay.
Which is where the system actually splits because there's two communities that are at odds about what the code should be, and so they split the code into two chains that continue. So we saw that with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and then Bitcoin Cash split. They did a hard fork with Bitcoin SV, which stands for Satoshi's Vision, right?
Well, okay, I didn't know that either.
That's a hard fork. Now, a soft fork is when you update the code, but everybody agrees on it. So Bitcoin, from time to time implements a soft fork. Ethereum does soft forks more often because they're obviously having more features developed. And then there's what HEX is called a UTXO fork.
Okay.
And that means user transaction output. And so basically it means that HEX created a snapshot in time that was announced ahead of time. So Richard said, everybody buy Bitcoin at like, $3,500 or something.
Yeah.
And so we did. And he was like, you could sell it right afterwards, but just be able to claim your HEX. And or you could trade it for HEX, right? And that turned out to be a pretty good deal too. So that was, so if you held HEX, of course, during the snapshot, then you would be able to free claim HEX. And so that's what a lot of people did. But that type of an arrangement, it was not an airdrop, right? Because you had to actually sign a message and know how to do that. You had to be like an advanced enough user to be able to basically operate signing a signature with your private key. And there's only certain wallets at the time that I was aware of that would be able to do that. And so I think I used a Trezor or a Ledger because they had the function built in to be able to sign a message. And so, we went to the HEX free claim website, and it was like, we got Tech Dolphin weighing in. Hope I didn't say anything wrong. Let's see. From a strictly technical perspective, HEX is not a fork of Bitcoin simply because it used a UT. Well, I mean, Richard has called it that. I thought with his one of his interviews that I rewatched from the last time he was at a physical conference. So I think maybe there's different opinions about the different types of forks, or kind of you can consider it different things. Yeah. So it's like it's a fork in the sense, but you have to do something to get it, right? Which is a lot different than automatically getting it. And so that's part of the reason why we say that HEX basically took the best minds from Bitcoin, because it was only those Bitcoin users who had the technical skills and the motivation to free claim that ended up really even hearing about HEX or listening for long enough to realize what a amazing thing it was.
Yeah, Maddie, you know what? We got the best minds from Bitcoin and me, because I did attempt to do it, and I had no idea what I was doing. So back in August, I had a little bit of Bitcoin. I tried to follow the directions. I was like, I guess I'm not getting this, and I just kept going on to buying. So
you didn't hold it when it launched.
Oh,
So
you
that's
couldn't just have it at any time. It had to be at a certain date at the snapshot?
when the snapshot was taken.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And yeah, so I mean, the people who free claimed either had to already know how to do that, which was very rare compared to all the people holding Bitcoin. Well, we know exactly how rare it is because we know how much Bitcoin was free claimed, right?
Right.
But the other group of users, and I would say I may have been included in that. I learned how to do this with HEX and another coin at the same time, and so I'm not sure which one came first, but a significant amount of people, they learned from Richard, so you had to trust. And of course, he built trust with the community for multiple years by creating value in people's lives and being a super reliable person to learn from. Oh, hey, he just sent out the HEX news, and Richard's calls just sent out about the HEX conference. That's very
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
Tech Dolphin, we're just doing some testing on Maddie's audio. Connecting to DLive. We had some trouble last time. Maddie's stream, so we're just on here making sure everything works for the conference coming up tomorrow. We get some announcements. Maddie, over in DLive, the stickers are not coming through as graphics; they're coming through as words. Do you see that?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's good to know.
Something fun to handle in the last 24 hours.
Well, yeah, I was hoping that
maybe Tech Dolphin.
Nobody would be able to see the silly things that I had to call them because it didn't tell me how they would be used. So it shows up for me when I do it. That's weird. Maybe the system just has to process it since it's so new. Can you see those?
Yeah, I see yours, but I don't.
Coming through.
Yeah.
Okay, then so maybe they'll exist. Okay, so it looks like somebody else got it to work. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so,
nice.
So it's working some of the time or for some of the people.
Thank you.
And Tech Dolphin, I would argue basically that it's a little bit more than semantics because this is part of like what founded the HEX community and like who some of the first people who heard about HEX and acted on it. Those were the people who followed the free claim and who were advanced enough in order to do that. And then the rest of the people were, people who just followed Richard and just bought HEX, right? Because part of the Genesis creation and part of the launch of HEX was to make it so that you would only get 10,000 HEX. And at the time, that was not very much USD value worth, which was significantly less than, maybe the time it would take you to free claim 1 Bitcoin or something. So, but what we're predicting and what it looks like is going to happen is that probably at some point, even that free claim, that 10,000 HEX that you got per Bitcoin that was worth very little at the time, someday that might be worth more than a whole Bitcoin. And that's never happened before in Bitcoin history. There's never been an airdrop that was worth more than Bitcoin. But I could see it happening with HEX. A Bitcoin Cash, I think at one point was 20 or 30% of a Bitcoin. And then it crashed down. Okay, yeah, very good, very good. Thank you.
We got Ross HEX in the house now with us, Maddie. So I gotta say hello to Ross.
Hey.
Which means, Ross, I don't know. Did you call Serena? Is she on her way? Is she coming to hang with us?
Dr. Moore might drop in. I should make sure I can give him the link.
Cool.
Oh, and Steph from Staker app, you may have heard of him. He said that his green screen will be in the next day or so. And so
that's good because it's
set to go.
Conferences tomorrow, right? Is he not going on Wednesday?
He is going on Friday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
Freak
man.
Freak Nomad asking what time tomorrow. So depending on what time zone you're in, it starts in about 24, 28 hours from now, a little bit less than that.
What?
Is that
Really?
right? I think,
That
is that right?
doesn't sound right. It's
No?
like it's
Oh,
like
way more than that?
Monday. It's like Monday night, Tuesday
Oh,
morning.
yeah. So add another
So
12 to that, 40 hours from now. Does that sound right?
yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
What are the
So
actual times,
so
Maddie? Do you have them across time zones?
yeah, so here's how I like to think about the conference. It's broken down into different hours. Hour 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's not going to tell you when to tune in, but that'll help you understand like which part is which. And so the starting time is going to be the same across every day: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And if you're in Pacific time, it'll start at 5 p.m., Central 7 o'clock, Eastern 8 o'clock. And if you're in the Universal Coordinated Time, it'll be plus 1 day at 1 a.m. So we can think of that as 1 hour after the rollover, whenever that is for you.
And we are in America. I'm on the East Coast. Freak Nomad's asking. So Maddie, you're in Central Time, right?
That's right.
Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go on after Hexologist, basically. Hexologist usually ends a half hour to 45 minutes after the UTC time ticks over. So once that hour ticks over after the Hexologist is done, the conference will begin at a hard start time.
That's right.
Cool.
And yeah, the first day is going to be something special. We can pull up the schedule here.
Big news too. Papa Bonaire reached out to me. He's going to be a part of the round robin. He's very excited about that. Fellow cutthroat, just inducted into the RG's
That's
cutthroat
right.
with us. So
Yeah.
he's very excited.
And we're excited to have him. And yeah, in order to keep the conference as rated PG-13 as possible, I think he's going to go by Papa B for the conference.
That would be nice. That's a good suggestion.
Yep.
Did you have that conversation with him already, or is that something I need to talk to him about? Okay. Right away. First thing you said. Nice job.
Awesome. So we got this start time here up on the screen, and as we zoom through here, you can see that panel 1 is going to be outstanding with 4 members of the Hexagon community that are not only OGs, but really are super popular and stream the most and have the biggest followings, right? And
Oh yeah.
So we'll have Crypto Coffee, Hexologist, RG3, Dollar Cost Crypto to kick off the event. And then the rapid round is going to be a great mix of people. We got. Have you been following Timothy Benjamin?
Yes, I do. I see his videos. He's he just retired, right? Now he's traveling
It's
the
fun.
country.
Yeah, it's super fun. I'm living vicariously through him,
That's the guy that's also in the picture with Hexo that's making the rounds right now, right?
That's right.
The one that RG3 has memed up. I don't know if anyone hasn't seen that. That's pretty funny. He's Hexo's getting it back for giving it to RG for being short or tall. This community is hilarious with that.
And Tech Dolphin's asking the post live recording that'll be available. Well, that's a good question. So it'll be available everywhere at first, and then I think Periscope and DLive will delete it after a few days, and Twitch. So YouTube is going to be the place where it will live on, and we'll be able to re-upload it or have it on multiple platforms other than that.
It'll be on YouTube though, right? I mean, it'll stay on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where it'll be.
Yeah. Ross is asking, what is the rapid round? Just to say whatever. I don't know if, oh, okay, that is the right name. I don't know if that's what I called it by accident, but yeah, the rapid round is, we have a tremendous amount of Hexicans that are going to be speaking in that 1 hour period, right, Maddie? It's 60 minutes.
That's
It's
right.
going to be packed with a lot of Hexicans that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah.
So instead of a
Yeah.
talk or a testimony or a panel,
like if we can pull that off, I mean, like, the rest of the conference is gonna be a breeze.
downhill from there.
Get like 10 to 20 people through their 3 to 6 minute talks. That'll be really exciting. And so
yeah, so we'll send out a couple links then, Maddie, right? We'll send out a link to the test room, which everybody will come in with me. We'll just hang out for a little bit, and then as
yeah. So if you're presenting at the conference, you need to make sure that you're in the Telegram chat for HEXchange speakers, because that's where the information will be centralized. I won't be able to be messaging at the same time with like 40 different people, so it's centralizing it there is going to be the best thing. And so we got a great lineup for the rapid round, and there's going to be some more surprises other than the people who are featured here, because there were only 9 picture spots there in the beginning. And then here are some familiar faces that people have seen before. We've had Joe and I have either individually or together streamed with all these people.
Everybody.
Yeah. And so that'll be real exciting. And then
Maddie, who is that? Just in case everybody doesn't know, that's Nate J in the top left.
He won the big Ski Cat giveaway. And then we got Crypty Girl, and she was also a winner of a Ski Cat giveaway. And then myself in a pink bow tie, and then Kareem, who does the staking or the Dream account, and he is the face of the Super Shark class, right?
Oh yeah. So Ross says that hour 3, just make that one Kareem only.
Oh yeah, well, he's gonna be going, I guess, 4th there for the last 20 minutes. So, the one thing I can say about the conference is we have a pretty good justification to keep everybody limited to their amount of time, because what are we all here for? A time deposit, right? And so, if the HEX contract, the HEX contract is always going to perform more reliably than humans trying to live stream, right? But I think like we owe it to the contract, since it's always on time, like we could try to be on time too, right?
Absolutely. It'd be interesting. It's difficult just to get a couple of us going at the same time, so we'll see how it goes. That's why it's nice to have the pre-plan with getting everybody in one room first,
Well, yeah, and I'm super excited also about like the difficulty of this. Like, it doesn't bother me. It actually excites me. And I've, I guess, had experience, you're a little kid and you're in the school play, and stuff like that.
Never
I was
been
a camp counselor, so we used to put on, live shows and stuff. And
nice. Yeah, it's never been done before, so you're orchestrating it. You got like a director or a producer, and it's going to be exciting.
Right. Yeah. Oh no. Ross Hex said, sorry, Kareem, we're ending your stake early.
That's how we have to let them know. Time is up.
I think, well, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I almost got a chance to meet Kareem over the past week. He was down where I am in Florida, and David Morales invited me out a couple times. Thank you, David. I couldn't make it because my family was over from the other side of Florida. It was New Year's Eve.
Oh,
I was thinking I was going to get tattooed for $40,000, so I
I
couldn't
know,
quite squeeze
right?
that in.
Well, yeah, that would have been pretty cool. I would have been jealous if you guys got to hang out.
Right? How cool would that be?
Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, I talked to him today. He's excited to be in the conference
Oh,
a
nice.
couple times, and
Good.
then here we've got the keynote. Now this doesn't say that it'll be given by the German Hexicans, but it's Abit and Patrick Hexlion. They've been working around the clock to bring you a sophisticated model of what the future looks like when it comes to longer pays better. Now that we're past the big payday, some of the possibilities have been narrowed down, and so I have been able to see some of the data ahead of time, and it's very impressive. They have done an excellent job, and I'm not going to give away all of their results ahead of time, of course, because they worked very hard. But I'll definitely tell you that there's no surprises. The economics audit stands up, and the final result is longer pays better, right? And so we already knew that. Um, and but you'll be able to see how much better it pays to stake longer, and so that'll be extremely valuable. The other thing that I'm hoping that they will share with you is that there are other assumptions that so far their predictions have already gotten correct, that I've heard other people get wrong. And so that's another reason why I'm so excited that they're going to be presenting, because you can often tell the quality of somebody's data based on like how it holds up, and
Right.
how it checks out. And so for them to be predicting things that are already coming true in the shorter term, that that makes me really excited about what they have to present. So,
Maddie, I'm as excited for Crypto Sparbuck as I am for absolutely anybody in the conference. I'm really looking forward to this as
yeah,
somebody who's becoming an expert, and also someone
you
that's
are.
never seen Hex before, could watch this, and everybody can enjoy it. What they're going to deliver is absolutely amazing. So,
Yes.
and I'm not just saying that because we're promoting this. They're going to cover some great, material about what you just said, comparing different stakes over time and what does that look like, the Quattro Cinco versus compounding year over year versus
Yeah.
just holding liquid. So it's going to be really cool. It's just to go back to that $40,000 tattoo, freak nomad. That was a prize that was going to be given on New Year's Eve for Discourse Syndicate from Hexologist and RG3. Ski Cat was going to give 1 million hex for anybody that got a Richard Hart portrait tattoo, and we had 4 hours to do it. And then nobody was able to do it, especially me. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. By the time that contest started, it was 11 p.m. where I was. So they upped it to $2 million, 2 million hex. And so that was worth $40,000 on that particular day. I think that might have been the all-time high price, that we hit all-time highs right before that. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maddie, will it all be streamed from your channels? Ross is asking.
That's correct.
Cool.
So, yeah, great questions. Great hanging out with everybody tonight after the Richard stream. And yeah, thanks guys for commenting and hanging out with us while we go over this and test out our stream here.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
And yeah, so this yeah, definitely something to look forward to. They'll be doing an hour keynote presentation. And then let's see. Oh, there was one other point I wanted to make, Joe, because you were explaining how how helpful it'll be for somebody, even if they don't have a full understanding of HEX for the past year or two. And I was thinking it might be super helpful. There's 2 or 3 videos that are just 2 or 3 minutes long, and I was thinking about slipping those into the conference, even though it won't be live. These are videos that, you know, it's not going to kill us to hear it again. Those
Yeah,
of
it's
us
a
who
good
know
idea.
about HEX, but it'll be especially helpful for people to understand. So there's one about staking, and I'm not sure. Have you seen it where it's got the graphic? It's a cartoon, but it's not the one with Hexo in it. And
It's
it's got
animated
like,
stick figures.
it's got a staking ladder, and it shows like stakes being like blown up.
Maybe not. Play it now. Do you have it now?
Yeah.
Let's
It's
check
good
it out.
practice.
See if the audio works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you not have it loaded in? Are you uploading it?
I had it loaded in, but I noticed just now an error where it was going to start at second 3 instead of starting at the beginning.
Okay.
And I didn't have my notepad up, so it wasn't like I would be able to do it faster. But yeah, there we go. That way we can see the full screen.
The secret to gaining the highest ROI
Can you hear?
in HEX lies in
It can. It could be a touch
mechanism
louder.
called shares. When you stake your HEX, you receive shares. It's kind of like a
Do you have it all the way up there on the bottom?
guarantee. Your
Is that
shares
better?
guarantee you back your principal. The secret to gaining the highest ROI in HEX lies in a little-known mechanism called shares. When you stake your HEX, you receive shares. It's kind of like a guarantee. Your shares guarantee you back your principal, plus a percentage of interest and bonuses over time. The key to achieving the highest ROI in HEX is acquiring as many shares as you possibly can by staking early and staking long. The earlier you stake and the longer you stake, the higher your ROI will be. The brilliance of the share design is this. Every time a stake is ended anywhere in the world, those shares are effectively burned. They cease to exist. This means that every single day there are less and less shares to be had. This also means that every moment you wait to get in stake HEX, the share pool is dwindling. Now, why does that matter? HEX is programmed to pay out the highest interest and rewards to those who own the most shares. That's why it matters. Staking early is key, but it's not everything. How do you get the most shares? You stake longer than everyone else. The maximum length you can stake is 5,555 days, or 15.2 years. If you want to get into HEX early and become a whale, how do you do it? You stake today, right now, this very moment, and you stake for 5,555 days. As everyone else's stakes expire, you end up holding the largest bag of shares in the network. This guarantees you receive the largest percentage of interest and bonuses. Don't want to wait 15 years to realize your profit? The beauty of HEX is that it's designed to pay out perpetual passive income to its holders, just like a traditional banking CD. This is done by creating what we call a stake ladder. Imagine if you had 1 million HEX and you broke it up into 65,000 HEX stakes from year 1 to 15, setting a stake every year for 15 years. This is called a stake ladder, and there are many ways to design them to work best for you. Some hexers create a staking ladder that pays them every 2 years, some every quarter, and some every month. The idea is that on a semi-regular basis, you'll have fully mature stakes that you can cash out for the next 15 years, or even indefinitely. The smartest hexers have plans to only cash out the interest each period and restake their principal out for 15 more years. This allows them to earn passive income indefinitely from HEX. HEX is a vastly superior product to that of traditional banking time deposit accounts, and it's the purest form of decentralized finance. There is no company, no middlemen, and no gatekeepers in HEX. It's a triple audited autonomous product built on the blockchain that has 100% uptime. Welcome to the future.
Nice. I've never seen that before. That was good.
Cool.
Sounded good. Everybody said the volume was good.
Excellent.
Where did you get that? Is that available on YouTube?
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to get that video.
Go to my YouTube, and it's in one of the playlists.
Oh, awesome. Nice.
Yeah. For sure.
Ross says if there was a gatekeeper in HEX, I think Joe would be a good one. Thank you, Ross.
We should go to all my links and show everybody what that's about.
Cool. You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Let's have you do it, since we want to be able to test out somebody else presenting their screen. Good idea. It's a little hard to make out there. But,
yeah, just throw it up full screen for a second. So this is Maddie's all my links. If you guys aren't tie one name to all your different social medias. So if you're across different platforms like I am, I'm on Twitter as Hexotic Joe. I'm on YouTube with a very long URL that I would never be able to remember because it's not custom. And then I'm on DLive and Twitch as Joe Hexotic. So those are a lot of, that's a long way to tell somebody, long-winded way to find me. So what all my links does is it puts everything in one place. And Maddie's is now set up entirely for the conference. So at allmylinks.com/ALLIN, all in, is where you'll find this.
I've put you on the page now.
All right.
It was a total oversight that you weren't on there in the first place, but you're under the community, featured community at the bottom.
Awesome. I thought maybe we were severing ties after this conference. I didn't make the cut, so I thought maybe this is it. You're going to use me for my testimony, and then...
Well, like I said, it was an oversight, and, you're my co-host and everything, so can't get rid of you that easy.
Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it. That's awesome. That's great. I really appreciate that.
And so if we scroll down there, people will be able to see. So there's a section. The first section shows you the conference program, and it shows you all the places you can view the conference live. And now the reason for this, so you would want to use HEXchange.live if HTTP isn't going to be a problem in your browser. But if it is, then, and this is something we can't predict how it's going to work for you in your environment. But if that link isn't working because it's redirecting you to this page, this is an HTTPS page. And so it's just allmylinks.com/allin to be able to get to the same place. And
so there's two URLs that everybody could keep in mind, right? The HEXchange.io, and then Maddie, can you go back to the other one real quick?
Yeah. So really, if you want to make it super simple, and you want to make sure it's going to work no matter what, it's allmylinks.com/all-in.
Okay.
And it brings you to this page, and you can get to the conference program, which is HEXchange.io, and you can get to, basically this is the page that is HEXchange.live, because it's got the 4 or 5 different places that you can view the conference live, and you can pick which one is right for you. So if you're going to send somebody to the conference, this is a good place to go. And one way to get them there is allmylinks.com/all-in. If you want it to work no matter what, and if HTTP isn't going to be a problem, then it'll be HEXchange.live.
Awesome.
So
Ross, we are going to keep this stream up, I would imagine, right, Maddie? Ross is asking if the one that we're doing right now, are we going to keep it up on YouTube, because it would be cool for people to see as kind of a preview behind the scenes video when they wake up tomorrow today.
Of course.
Yeah. Cool.
Happy to leave it up, of course. And now, are you able to scroll down to the next section here?
Does that move when I do it? I can't see you anymore, so.
Oh, okay. Well, so the next section there is called Buying HEX ? Do your own research. And so there's a list that I've prioritized based on how good it would be for somebody who's brand new. And, you know, there's lots of people in the community, so, you know, you can make your own list of links that you think would be like the best to order. But for me, I thought, oh, you know, the first one there, you can see, oh, you know, like HEX has a 24/7 community support chat. Okay, well, I don't need that yet, but that's good to know up front in case I get stuck on any of the further steps.
Yeah.
And then it walks you through this whole complicated way to be able to get HEX, right? And Staker App's probably going to make that much easier sooner or later. But for now, this is what I would find most helpful, and where I would send and am sending friends in my personal life. Taylor Kennedy's article, How to Buy HEX in 3 Easy Steps, that's going to come first. And that'll have instructions there, and it'll take you to all these places. And the only thing missing there is where to buy ETH, because some people can buy it inside of MetaMask, and some people, they're going to have to read Taylor's article to see how he recommends buying it. But basically, that's everything you need, and more, and so that's helpful. And then I've still got another section there with my content, and then a section with how to contact me and how to watch some of the other main people in the community. So
awesome.
Pre-game. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Really
Maddie.
crafty. Day 2, hour 1. Woot woot.
Oh, and did you see Barely Crafty's message, his question?
What's that?
We would get different perspectives from around the world, because, you know, obviously HEX is global. So we have multiple participants from all around the world representing, you know, larger than just the United States here, where, you know, where a lot of us streamers are, where Richard was born, you know, so it's nice to see the world, the global perspective. So Maddie, is there any more specific direction than that?
So, in consulting with the other people who are hosting, RG3, Hexologist, and you know, they're the ones who have the most experience when it comes to organizing the community and streaming. And so their recommendation was to not micromanage everything, which I don't think would have been possible anyway. And so it's up to each panel to decide what they want to do. I'm happy to write some backup questions so that you'll all have plenty of material to cover. I can't imagine with the level of expertise we're going to have that people aren't going to be able to fill the limited amount of time that they're going to have to speak. So I think it's going to go really fast, and I think it's going to be really good stuff. But again, I would encourage, if you're speaking on a panel, go ahead and reach out to the other panel members and come up with a game plan. And I will be I'll be your backup and have questions ready to go to pitch you in the private chat during the conference if needed, or beforehand. I'll make sure Joe has a copy of all that stuff so he can go over it with you guys in the pre-chat or in the on deck stream.
Sounds good, Maddie. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think like for that particular panel, it's definitely a chance for people to tell their story about how they have a global perspective of HEX, or to just say you're streaming from another country and then talk about whatever HEX topics you want.
Right.
That's the same day as there's an open topics panel as well, and so it's for the it'll be interesting to see what you come up with and where the conversation goes. But I think that
so a little bit of loose structure, but there's no rules, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Everybody who's on the panel is extremely knowledgeable and brings something different. And so, we didn't put all people who are going to be able to say the same exact thing. That's part of the point.
Awesome.
Oh, great. And Barely Crafty says that they already have a group chat set up. Perfect. Yeah.
Very cool, Barely Crafty. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for the update. Like I said before, Barely Crafty has like some super cool special effects that he does on his his video streams.
I believe his stream is coming up soon too, right? He goes at a time when I'm usually sleeping. Maddie, I'm going to go over here and check HEXlive.tv, which is the HEX Live streaming schedule.
Oh, that sounds great.
And yes, oh no, Barely Crafty goes at 12 p.m. where I am. I don't know why I thought that it was something else. Well, I typically am sleeping at that time because we're up all night, but I am available to watch. So Barely Crafty, I'll have to check it out. I know I've seen you on before, but the past week or so, 10 days, 2 weeks, been helping Maddie as much as I can with the conference, working on the website, trying to work on my streams as well. So I got a lot of content to catch up on.
Barely Crafty and I like stayed after one of the Friday night hangouts once for like hours talking. It was really cool. He's a good guy, just like everybody else in the HEX community. Who is it? Biffness was saying on your show tonight, where are all the losers? In that every community has losers except for HEX. Like that's like a really good point.
Maddie, were you there the whole time?
Yeah, like flashed in and out.
I lost my internet connection.
Okay, yeah, your audio cut out for me for just about 3 seconds, a couple minutes ago, but it wasn't too bad.
Cool. I'm in a different room than I normally am, so I'll keep the doors open. Maybe I'll move the... Yeah, it's just I'm behind doors, so I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. That's the first time that's happened where I am.
Sure, that's why we're testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Perfect. There we go. Team win. No room for losers in HEX. That's right.
That's right. That's what Biffness was saying the same thing tonight.
Yeah.
Not one loser.
That's right. Oh, wow. That's funny. let's see here. Well, yeah, DLive is working as expected. So
Cool.
Looks like we're good there. And let's see, Twitch is working. We got several people over there. And oh wow, people have different icons now. Oh, that's cool. Founder, 1 month subscriber. Good job, guys. It looks like people figured out how to subscribe over there as well.
That's awesome. Maddie,
Yeah.
what does it take to do that? Is it a certain amount of followers, or you have to apply for it as well, or how does it work?
Yeah, they have a weird list of rules. I think it's
Not just one thing.
yeah, it's not one thing.
Cool.
But I'm sure you'll hit it, or maybe you've already hit it and you just have to update your information. And it's I think I had to put my tax information in there.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So cool. Yeah. So make sure that and there's so many settings on Twitch. It was like it was a lot. Let's see. So somebody asks, is this the channel that the conference will be on? Yes. Any channel that you're seeing us now is one of the channels that it will be on. And you can find all the different channels by going to allmylinks.com/allin, or go to youtube.com/Matty, MATI, allin, or twitch.tv, same thing. Periscope's a weird one. Was it pcsp.tv/Matty Allin? It's all of it's Matty Allin.
So, Maddie, all of your links are Maddie Allin.
Except for all my links.
That's funny. Figures.
Well, I mean, you know, if all in, you know, that's a pretty hard one to come by. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know, who's gonna know how to spell Matty? And then if you don't know how to spell Matty, it doesn't matter, because you could just go to all my links, and then it's all there. So.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm just Exotic on all my links. I'm not Joe Exotic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Sweet. Yeah. Well, it looks like everything's working as expected, and I know we've been working around the clock, and so it's you know, kind of out of stuff for now, you know.
Yeah.
I've just been.
Do you want to take another quick few minutes and go through the schedule, or is it late and you need to go to bed? Because we just went through day one, so I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. But if this is the time that you want to go through everything just to get it out there, because people might watch this tomorrow, you know, I'll certainly stay up for another 10-15 minutes if you want to do it.
Sure. Yeah, I could do it either way. I think we're going to want to keep having test runs so that people can get their practice in and everything.
Cool.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's either way. I've got it all loaded here. We could run through it real quick.
Sure.
And then do more details in the future if needed. So I'm going to switch my share screen back over. And yeah, and so the social that'll appear as needed when the time is right.
Okay.
And then we've got, as we were just talking about, we got Barely Crafty there with the cool graphic that's super futuristic. It looks like he's maybe in some sort of virtual reality situation.
Yep, definitely.
And Hodl Dog, and then Abit's gonna go there along with Unwrecked Pirate.
Okay, so that's Hex Lion, right? So we're gonna.
Yeah, they switched between the hour one of day 4 and day 2. So
okay,
they traded spots. They're like partners, like we are in doing a show, and so they're both very qualified for both of these panels, and so they just decided to switch, and that's great. So we'll have people from all around the world who are the biggest influencers in their countries or continents there, and then we'll have a series of HEX talks, including Funding Jim, Nerd Girl, and Crypto Coffee.
Okay.
And then this is going to be a real fun panel in orange. Here are the panels, and it's going to be Kinetics, Motley, Crypto Grandma Talks, and Johnny Chaos.
Awesome. That'll be great. Absolutely. And who's that guy?
Well, you might have to see him if if you want to find out about HEX every single day, you're going to go to the HEX doctor, and he's really helped you and I a lot, and helped the community, and he's the glue that keeps us together every day, gives us our fix of hexologists. So there he is. And that reminds me, like it was funny what we were doing for the promo painting. I know we're not going to like talk about that too much, but Hexologist sent me a really good picture of himself for that. So.
Oh wow! Awesome.
Yeah, Kool-Aid will be able to work with that. And then
nice.
We got the social again for day 2, and then here we are going right along to day 3, and we'll have Bitfinesse. He's going to be exciting as always. Silver the Antidote has an excellent talk prepared. And then Dev Kyle, who wrote a lot of the code for HEX.
So if anyone's wondering, that picture in the top left is just a placeholder. So we have 3 speakers going within that hour, right, Maddie? There's a possibility of an addition, maybe, or is it 3 for that?
So that's a level of detail we probably won't get into here.
Okay.
But
anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, anything could happen. Like, I know I've been on the hunt for Vitalik, and so now that we've finally figured out how to reach out to him, even though it seems like every person on the planet wants to talk to him right now because ETH is going up like doubling in a week or something. I mean, I dropped a comment to Richard today, and he read it out loud about how Vitalik was on YouTube like 5 days ago talking about HEX, except not naming it.
Oh wow! I didn't realize that was you, and I didn't know that that was Vitalik. I heard Richard say that. I didn't hear the Vitalik part.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Ryan Lopez. How's it going? Good to see you here, brother.
I mean, it's funny because like I was hanging out with a close friend, and she wanted to know like what Vitalik sounded like, because she's heard me talk about who he is and why he's so important. And of course, he's the founder of Ethereum, and he's like this younger person, who like is I mean, Satoshi's not around, so he's the founder of the largest cryptocurrency that's still around, right? And we're not exactly sure why he's not naming it, but probably because he doesn't want to promote it because he doesn't understand it yet, and that's very possible based on his points about how earning higher ROI, like, or higher interest, is not like proven, or so, like, he wasn't making very good points. So that's how we know that he doesn't understand it yet.
Okay.
So, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, right? There's 2 types of people in the world: people who understand HEX now and people who will understand HEX in the future. So which one do you want to be, you know?
That's
Come to the
right.
conference. The staking panel is going to be super awesome because Kareem does the Dream Ladder, Firebun programs the Staker app, and his Steps partner. Big Kurkowski used to be a Bitcoin miner and operated a huge
Farm.
his own large for a single person, and now all he has to do is stake HEX. He's the perfect example of somebody who doesn't have to keep buying miners, and so his testimony will be outstanding. And then I'm not sure if Dev Kyle will be able to make that one, but we'll make sure that it's either him or somebody else who's gonna be a really good match with everybody else here. And then game theory, I did a whole stream with Crypto Coffee, who's kind of pictured here mysteriously in the bottom right. And of course, he shows his face. He just, we like to keep him a bit mysterious because he's the video game architect who designs the backgrounds and
Crypto Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I think you may have said coffee because I was wondering what.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. It's getting to be the middle of the night. So I was, staring at my coffee cup that's empty now, getting the two mixed up. Steph is the founder of the Staker app. You may use his app to get most of the dopamine fixes and hits that you rely on each day. And he's certainly a genius who's continuing to produce products. Software is hard, and he and Firebun are really doing a lot for the community. Of course, Randy is
Randy Hilarski.
Randy Hilarski, he's our game theory panelist that knows the most about social media, and that's an area that we all are interested in as we want to onboard more and more people. And then Silver the Antidote, I've been really impressed by his brilliance, not only in chainalysis, but also in psychology.
And tune in to see if he's going to show his face or not, Maddie, right? Is there
we're not going to tease that. It's an operational security thing that he doesn't. So, I would have to shut it down or something but I don't know.
Not even for a second. I'm sorry, guys.
Like with all due respect, to Silver the Antidote, and I'm not joking about him one bit. He's the real deal. He is the real deal, and and then this guy might look familiar. It's the captain himself, RG3, doing a keynote there before we have the HEX social there on the last part of day 3. And day 4, it came so quickly, and now you realize that the conference, it's almost over. But before we get to the end, here we got Price with Abit, Big Pep, Yash Deep, and Dollar Cost.
Awesome.
And then we got some talks here by Randy.
Hex Lion will be going in Abit's place there, right, on day 4?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Price.
So Hex, yeah, go ahead.
And we got John Wick, I believe, is an investment advisor, and so he'll be able to offer an interesting perspective. Randy Hilarski, who we just covered, and David Feeder, of course, paid off all of his debt and freed himself. And then this guy might look familiar.
All right. Handsome fellow.
That's right. Yeah, nice throne.
Nice throne, buddy. I actually, let me see if I have it. I think I may have showed you this before because I'm not at my house. So I made this.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. Are you going to use that?
No, not for the conference.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, you got to, yeah. But I figured I'd use it sometime. I'm going to go back in about a week and take a better picture of it.
That's cool.
Cool. And then how are we ending this thing? How are we setting this whole evening off on Saturday? How is it going to come to an end here?
That's right. Well, we got yours truly, along with Richard Hart, signed up to do a panel on self-health.
Self-health. I
That's
like
right.
that, Maddie.
Thanks. Yeah. I checked Google and I didn't think it was a term, so
Awesome.
it seems appropriate because Richard, he creates tools for people to have self-help resources, right? He wrote a self-help book, and so the self-help is kind of an intersection between self-help and mental health, which is something I know a bit about. So, and then that'll lead into the keynote, which will of course be the biggest event. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. The HEX conference is going to be the biggest event that's ever happened in HEX where there's not Genesis inflation occurring, right? And so buckle up because we're, going to go to a different solar system real quick here.
And so, Maddie, what you mean by that, right, is before there was the AA to offset whales buying in as we were leading up to the big payday. So
that's right.
That helped with the volatility, to decrease the volatility in price. And now that the AA is closed and the only way to purchase HEX on the open market, when we have an event like this, you can imagine what's going to happen to the price, I think is what you're saying, right?
Yes. And Barely Crafty brings up the point about, Google and Apple probably being super interested in all the traffic that's happening on the Staker app and being able to see that. That reminds me, it was only an hour or two after somebody created a LinkedIn page for the conference, and already we could see one of the executives from Baidu, which is the Chinese Google, is RSVP'd to attend the conference.
That's awesome. I saw that there was over 100 people already RSVP'd by the time I saw it, and that was a day or two ago. That was a while ago.
Yeah, and some of these people are highly connected, probably high net worth individuals who are in powerful positions. So, I don't want them to get in too soon. Let's let the little guy get in first. But
yeah, nice preview for him.
Someday we'll let the big dogs get in.
Yeah,
maybe not.
So, Maddie, are you calling out a quarter price? Identity Block would like to know. You have a forecast here that you're willing to share? I highly doubt it. Right? We don't give forward-thinking price statements. But
I mean, I don't know if we don't. I mean, Abit said $7.
Oh yeah, there we go. Right.
Right, and my prediction, you don't even want to know.
Right. I'll go with 6 cents by the time that Saturday night ends, when there's a social going on Saturday night after Richard's keynote. I'll go with 6 cents.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm gonna have to get all my buying done before then, huh?
Yep.
That's the problem with these HEX events, you put all this work in, and then what? You can get to buy after you do it? No, you gotta buy while you're doing it,
You know why I say 6 cents too is because I believe that when everybody sees Crypto Sparbuck's presentation, I think that there's never going to be FOMO there's never been FOMO like what's going to happen after that, so far.
That's really true. Yeah, that's really true. I mean, the crazy thing about HEX is that, Richard was saying today about how it's impossible to predict a market where people are making buying decisions in real time, right? You never know when somebody else is going to hit the buy button.
That's right.
It's unpredictable, right? It's not able to be predicted at all. And but my understanding is that there are not that many people in HEX, And we're already seeing the game theory kick into such high action, right? Like up hundreds of percent, up hundreds of times, not hundreds of
Hundreds of
percent,
times, yeah.
hundreds of times in the first 1.2 years. And again, the majority of that amount of time, there's been Genesis inflation coming out. I mean, all that has to happen is the AA gets shut off, the year launch phase gets shut off. That's happened. And then there were tons of stakes coming out in the first 2 months, right?
Yeah, after big payday, the first 2 months
After
was
big payday.
extremely high volume coming out.
All those people have to do is restake, and they're going to make their decision only as it unfolds. And so I'm not going to say that the conference was intended to be at the perfect time.
It just
But
happens.
it seems like things in HEX have a way of like working themselves out.
Yeah, like there's divine intervention or something. There's something guiding us all
Yes.
along this path of least resistance, but it seems like it's really difficult to get here. And now, Maddie, it's Saturday night. That's for anybody that doesn't realize, this is just a coincidence, but the year 21, right? We're in the year 21. It's going to be the 6th through the 9th. So when you take the 2 and the 1 from the 21 and you add them together, you get 3. So 3, 6, 9 represents the first ever HEX conference. And on Saturday, the last day, day 4, my price prediction of 6 cents, is certainly a possibility. And I want to keep saying that because Henry Hex says say it enough and it will happen. So
yeah,
one last time, 6 cents. And hopefully we'll be there.
Yeah, and Saturday might even be like a pretty big day, for you as well.
Oh, absolutely. I celebrate my 1-year sobriety. That's my 1-year sobriety date. So that'll be incredible. I'm very much looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Manny. By absolute chance. That's incredible.
Yeah. And, if we do the conference every year at the same time, I mean,
right?
That's a cool thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's crazy. I was wondering where Danny Boy was. Like earlier today, I was just like, oh, I haven't seen him lately. I don't read all the comments as much as I listen to all the streams, but good to see you, man.
And as we're talking about things just falling into place, you're wondering where Danny Boy is, and all of a sudden he just appears and puts a comment on the screen. So another sign, Ross. Somebody's front running me with the 7 cents over here, trying to show me up.
What is this? Price is Right or something?
Right? Oh, it's the closest without going over. So maybe I still have a chance there. But the prediction is 7 cents for ZDAO 99.
Yeah, I don't mind if we go over. I think this works opposite as Price is Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
The price is even better,
Thank you, Identity Block, by the way, for the congratulations. I'm looking forward to it. This is very special for me on so many levels.
Totally. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I got about 15, 20 minutes before it gets light out over here, Manny. So
oh wow. Yeah.
Let's shake it down and
let's shut her down, and we'll have to let people tune in tomorrow, the next day, as we continue to test, make sure everything's working for you for your first ever HEX conference 2021.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Maddie, for doing this and creating all this. I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you. And we'll be on again soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.